Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, March 23rd, 2020. Welcome back to another week of our at-home online learning. Today in math, we are going to go over our units of measurement a little bit, and then I'm going to give you a couple things that you're going to measure in your house, and I want to see how long these items are, or how long these objects are. When we are doing our measurement, most of the time we hear measuring things with inches or feet, but we're going to be using our non-standard units of measurement. Now, anything can be used to measure other objects. So for our project today, we're actually going to pick out our favorite toy, and we're going to use that to measure different things around our house. So I picked out a little owlet for us to measure with. I also got another thing that we'll try out as well. So what's important is when you're doing your measuring and you're using your units, you can use anything to measure as long as you continue to use that same item. You can't change the item that you're measuring with, or that'll change your measurement. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our outlet, and we're going to start her at the very bottom, and we'll say 1, and I'll mark where I put her.
Okay.
I'll put her right on top. 2,
Out
3,
there. What's it out there?
4, 5, 6. So the white part of my whiteboard is about 6 outlets long. So I'll go ahead and I'll write that down. So my whiteboard is about 6 outlets. Now, what I was saying about not being able to change the item that we're working with. So if I use my outlet and I saw that she was about the 6 outlets long. Okay, alright, so what if I decide to use my Elsa wand? Now that is a little bit bigger than my owlet is. So do you think it's going to be more or less to measure the length of my whiteboard? Let's see. So I have 1, mark my spot with my finger. 2, a little bit more than 2. So I'm going to say it's about 2 Elsa wands long. So it's about 2 Elsa wands.
How do you write so fast?
I've practiced. Alright, so what I want you to do is go around the house, and I want you to measure your dining room or your kitchen table. I want you to measure the length of your bed, and I want you to measure the length of your couch with your favorite toy. And then I want you to pick anything else in the house and measure that as well. Yeah, babe.
Like a TV.
Like a TV. So go ahead and write that down and tell me what you're measuring and about how many of your favorite toys it takes to measure the whole thing. Remember when you're doing it to put your finger down to mark your spot so that you know where you are at when measuring it. Then I want you to go through, if you want even more of a challenge, and pick your second favorite toy. So use your first favorite toy, then use your second favorite toy, and measure how long that is and how much of a difference it makes measuring something with something long or measuring with something short. And I want you to go through and I want you to tell me what your longest item in your house is, what your longest thing that you recorded. Was it the table? Is it the bed? Is it the couch? Is it the new thing that you decided to choose to measure? Or is it something else? Also tell me what is the shortest item in your house. So is your table shorter than your bed? Is your couch longer than your table? Let me know. So today in our Scholastics, we are going to be learning about friendship and social interaction. So we're going to watch a little clip called Crazy Hair Day, and in it I want you to pay attention to our main character, Stanley. There are a few times in the story he says, "This is going to be a day I will never forget," but every time he says it he sounds a little bit different. So I want you to go through and tell me, how is he feeling each time he says it? And how is it changing throughout the story? Why does he sound a little bit different the second time he says it from the first time he said it? Why does he sound a little different the third time he says it from the second time he said it? How has he changed throughout this story? I also want you to read the book, Let's Be Friends, and we're going to complete a couple of those activities at the end of that. And then there are a couple other videos for you to watch along with it. We have the Fantastic Friend Countdown, and I want you to go through and find at least 3 different ways that you can be a good friend. So I made up a couple worksheets for this. I'm going to post them onto Class Dojo along with this. You can either print them out and work on them. I made the slide on Google Slides, and you can go on there and I can share it with you, and you can do it on the slide. So whichever one works best for you, I can either give you the document so that you can print it out, or you can go on Google Slides and complete it on there. Either one is completely fine with me. Just let me know what works best for you. And now I'm gonna bring you over to our caterpillars to see how they are doing and how they're growing. I think they're almost to the point that they are gonna start making their cocoons and their chrysalises. So let's check those out. So we're taking a look at each of our caterpillar containers. They've grown a lot since the first time I picked them up. They used to be really tiny and now they're getting so big. What we're starting to look at for them now is whether or not they are, see how that guy is getting to the very top of the container. Looks like he's trying to grab onto it. They are going to start hanging from the very top by something called a silk button that they're going to make. You can see in each of the containers that they have all this webbing, kind of like a spider web, all that silk. And they are going to start hanging from the very top, making a little J shape, that little hook. And that is where they're going to start making their little chrysalises, their cocoons, so that they can turn into the butterfly. Like I got this guy over here, he's doing a lot of movements and dances. So I want you to continue journaling them. How do they look now? Write down what you think is going to happen next. Make your prediction. How long do you think it's going to be before they start turning into their cocoons? And how long until you think that they are going to turn into their butterflies? Let me know. I'm excited. When they're all finished with this and they make their cocoons, we're going to take the lids off, and I have these little logs that we're going to put them on, and we're going to put it inside of their really big nets. So when they do become butterflies, they have plenty of room to fly around a little bit, and they'll stay in there for maybe a day or two before we set them out to go outside. I am working on making slides on our Google Classroom so that we can start using that more. That way you can log on to the Google Classroom and there will be interactive slides so that you can play little drag and drop games. You can fill in the blank and things like that for like 100 charts. Working on seeing different ways to make numbers 4 through 9 and things like that. So just in case we have to continue this on a little bit longer than Friday, I want to make sure that we have some place that we can go to so that we can continue doing our work and continue to learn while still working at home. So Google Classroom seems like a great place that we can go on to. There are a lot of interactions that we can work on and different ways that I can assign the assignments and do little quizzes so that we can stay on track with our learning the best that we can. I'm also going to check out a couple other sites to see what would work best for our group. If you know of any sites that you're already using with other kids, and you love it, let me know. I'd love to check it out so that we can do something that's easiest on you guys and easiest on everybody here. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can message me on Class Dojo. You can email me if you need to. Alright, I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday, Post your assignments up on Class Dojo, or if you're doing the slides, if I'm sharing the slides with you, go ahead and leave it there. I'll be able to take a look at it and see what you've gotten done. Once again, whichever way works best, you can post videos, you can take a picture, whichever one works best for you. I've noticed that you guys can kind of choose how you want to submit those assignments. So have a great Monday. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.
Baby.